So let me first read you the postcard, and then I'll teach you why it produces such incredible bankable results. Listen. If you currently live in Chapel Ridge Apartments and are paying $1,180 a month in rent, you could own a home. That's the headline. Now the body. Salina. Recently, our office helped a young family who lived in an apartment complex just like yours. They lived in B3 for 2 years and knew that they always wanted to own a home of their own, but never could save enough money for a down payment and all the closing costs. After attending a home buyer workshop sponsored by our office, they were able to qualify for special financing. The seller paid for all of their closing costs. They currently live at 842 Sherman in a 2-bedroom home with a garage. Their house payment is $168 more a month than what they were paying in rent. Hi, my name is Todd Welsh, and I will be offering a workshop for the renters in Chapel Ridge this Thursday, July 20th at 7 p.m. sharp at the Holiday Inn on Crawford Street. I have over 54 homes available for you to view that you could buy with special financing and for about $1,180 a month in rent. Call this 24-hour free recorded message at 1-800-953, gives the number, extension 14, to see if you qualify. Now let me show you why this postcard is so effective and produces such extraordinary bankable results. So listen to the headline. If you currently live in Chapel Ridge Apartments and are paying $1,180 a month in rent, you could own a home. So who's our target? Our target is the people living in Chapel Ridge, the people who are paying $1,180 a month in rent, and the people who have a thought that says, I'd like to own a home. Now remember, that's not all of them. There could be people in Chapel Ridge that are paying $930. There could be people in Chapel Ridge that just moved in last week that are not thinking about owning a home. So we're only targeting the people who are in Chapel Ridge that are paying this amount a month in rent and who would like to own a home. Now listen to the copy. Salina, that's the name of Todd's town. You'd put your town inside that spot. It says, recently our office helped a young family who lived in an apartment complex just like yours. Now the secret in that first paragraph is called social proof. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell a story. The easiest way to influence others is to tell a story where they can find themselves inside that story. The big mistake that many people make is they scream, stop paying your landlord's rent. That's almost yelling at people for doing something. It's actually making them wrong, saying that what you're doing is wrong. And what you're doing right now is you want to influence people. You want to persuade people. You want to invite people into the possibility that they could actually own a home. So the finest way to do that is through a story. Listen to the story. They lived in apartment B3 for 2 years and knew they always wanted to own a home of their own, but never could because they didn't have a down payment and all of the closing costs. Now, we're starting to narrow our target right now. We're looking for people in Chapel Ridge who've been living there for 2 or more years. We know statistically the probability of somebody going from an apartment into a home is somebody who's been in that apartment for at least 2 years. So just by telling the story of a person who's been there for 2 years, that person who we're targeting starts to find themselves in that story. And for some of them, they're saying, you know what, that's me. I would love to own a home. I don't have a down payment, and maybe I don't even have the money for a closing cost. So we're now narrowing it down. Who are we talking to? Specifically our target. Let's tell the rest of the story. It goes like this. After attending a home buyer workshop sponsored by our office, they were able to qualify for special financing, and the seller paid all the closing costs. Now, there's an adverb conjunction there, and that's the word after. When you say after attending, and what you're doing is you're just supposing that your prospect who is reading this right now is going to go to this seminar. They're going to go to this class. And what we know is One of the easiest ways for people to start to investigate what's important to them is inside a group. And when you do classes, buyer seminars, seller seminars, people can hide. They can get everything they want anonymously. And so I really encourage you to entertain the thought of having a regular buyer seminar for your target market if you're going to approach first-time home buyers. But let's listen to the rest. It goes like this. They currently live at 842 Sherman in a 2-bedroom home with a garage, and their house payment is $168 more a month than what they're paying for in rent. Isn't that beautiful? Now what we've done is we've provided the solution, and we tell the truth. We say, you know, it's not exactly what they were paying in rent, it's slightly more. Now remember, that's who we're targeting. We're targeting a person who has the capacity to pay slightly more than what they're paying in rent in order to have their dream come true. And then he introduces himself. He says, "Hi, my name is Todd Welsh, and I will be offering a workshop for only the renters in the Chapel Ridge this Thursday, July 20th at 7 p.m. sharp at the Holiday Inn. I will have over 54 homes available for you to view, and you could buy one of these special homes with special financing for around $1,180 a month. Now here's the secret. Call the 24-hour free recorded message, hit extension 14 to see if you qualify. That's the magic. See, what you want the person who's living at Chapel Ridge to do is to get this postcard, and you want them to act. And the action you want them to take is once they find themselves in this picture, they see themselves at this workshop, they see that there is a solution. You actually, when you look at the card, you'll see a picture of the home that this person moved into. They know that there's a place for them to go, but what do I do now? They can walk over to their phone, pick up the phone, and call an 800 number and listen to a free recorded message. There's where you can do your qualifying. And when the person calls and listens to Todd's message, Todd's talking to them. He's literally saying, hey, you've just received my yellow postcard. You live over in Chapel Ridge. More than likely, you're paying $1,180 a month in rent. Maybe you even have the date available to come to the workshop at the Holiday Inn. But let me tell you what it takes to qualify to own a home in today's new world. And then he'll just talk to them as if they're sitting across from them. He'll say, you got to have a job. If you don't have a job, you might want to hang up right now and go get one. No. Or you have to have a FICO score. Now, if you don't even know what the word FICO score means, you might want to go to ficoscore.com and find out what that means. And you have to have a FICO score that's up in the 740, 750 range in today's new world. And what Todd does is he just talks to the person as if he's sitting across the kitchen table with them having a cup of coffee. And that message could be anywhere from 6 minutes to 12 minutes in length, depending on how many qualifications he wants to put in. Now, what he knows and what we know is if he sends out 100 postcards, he'll get probably 20 to 25 people who are targeted in that area will read the card. And 10 of them will actually call and listen to the free recorded message. Out of the 10 who call, about 5 will leave a message. 5 will, what we call, are now qualifying themselves as prospects. They'll say, hey, Todd, I'm interested in coming to that workshop. How do I reserve a seat? And out of the 5 who reserve a seat, 3 show up. And out of the 3 that show up, 1 would buy a home. And that's called a system. It's predictable, it's consistent, and it's reliable. And it doesn't depend on him. What it is a system that mails the postcard out, a system that delivers the free recorded message, and then when he goes to the workshop, he has a system for delivering that workshop. Consistent, predictable, and reliable. And I could show you exactly how to do that with any target market. If you want to work with your first-time home buyers, if you want to work with people who are moving up to a larger, more spacious home, or if you want to work with people who are going after their dream home, that trophy home, or you want to work with people who are moving down. It doesn't matter to me what your target market is, because I can show you exactly and specifically what it takes to put a system in place that gets consistent leads and converts those leads to appointments. So what I've given you up to this point right now is just the before unit. What we're going to work on next is the during unit. Now, before we move into that during unit, I want to really encourage you to go to bankableresults.com and find out what we can do for you in our 3-day live main event CD training course. We've put together our entire 3-day training that I've been doing for the last 23 years all over North America. We put it together in 17 CDs, 16 and a half hours of training. And in the first 5 hours of the training, it's all on the before unit of your business. And you're going to learn all the internet strategies, all the direct mail strategies. You're going to learn how to use voicemail strategies. I'm going to show you specifically and give you all of the postcards. You'll actually find inside your kit, you'll get a copy of the postcard. You'll also get samples of dozens of other ads. You'll get the specific words that you'll record onto your voicemail script. You'll get the exact way to lay out your website for whatever target market you seek. So know that wherever you are, whatever part of the country you're in right now, whatever the market conditions are, I can help you get from where you are to where you want to be in the before unit of your business. So let's continue the training and let's go over to the during unit, and I'll show you exactly what it takes to get a 50% referral rate during the transaction.